And on top, write the word capacity. Capacity. And usually when we talk about capacity, we're talking about liquid things. And again, we have two very distinct yet equal systems in our world. We have our US system, or the customary one, which makes no sense at all. We have the metric system, which makes a lot of sense. Unfortunately, you see Mr. Gallen sitting over here, and he's kind of the guide, as to what equals what. But our smallest thing that we talk about in our US system is an ounce. An ounce. And we know that if you take 8 of those ounces, which we abbreviate OZ, what does that equal? Isabel? 1 lovely cup. Now that becomes a little warped in our mind, because if you ask your mom for a cup of milk or something like that, you'd probably be shocked how small a cup actually is, right? You really know an 8-ounce cup, a real cup, is only knee-high to a hand top right here. I don't know if I even have one. This is much bigger than a cup. This is 12 ounces. This is a cup and a half. A cup actually is the milk carton that you guys drink your milk out of, which isn't very big, is it? Maybe this is it. This is probably your typical 8-ounce cup. How about that? There it is. Most of you drink a little bit more than this when you get something, don't you? You go to McDonald's and you get the big pop, and it's about 30 of these. That's kind of stuff. If you put 2 cups together, what do we get? What we call a pint. We usually drink like a pint of this as opposed to a cup of liquid. If you put 2 pints together, you get what? A quart. And then if you put 4 quarts together, at least whoever did this made all multiples of 2. 4 quarts equals what? 1 gallon. Maybe we'll do this, just for fun. So we have it. Got a lot of room on that piece of paper still? Here's a good way kind of to remember it. Let's start right about as big of a rectangle as you can on the paper there. Here is your gallon, which, by the way, weighs how much? Anybody know? Keith, do you know how much a gallon of water weighs? Come on? Probably close. It's more like 8, I believe. There's a little saying in the world that says a pint's a pound the world around. Which means 1 pint is 1 pound, and there's 8 pints in a gallon. So, did I teach you that? In 1 gallon here, I maybe should have put my gallon in here. There are 4 of these lovely quarts. Probably could have made them a lot more even, couldn't I? Each one of these is a quart. Just abbreviate QT. And then each quart is separated into, Mr. Quart here, 2 pints. So inside every quart you have 2 pints. I just want to draw all this. So in a gallon, we have 2, 4, 6, 8 pints. We take our pints, how many cups are in a pint? 2. So every pint gets 2 cups in it. Draw little C's for cups. This is going to take a while. Back in the day, I used to make Mr. Bean. Long ago, we did a little Mr. Bean activity. Who's got a gallon? What? How is it?
There's maybe Max. I think it's Holly. I went over to her sister. I'm not sure.
So if I asked you how many cups were in a gallon, you would tell me there are 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14.
16.
And then if you want, you could put an 8 for every cup. There's 8 ounces. So you could probably figure out how many ounces are in a gallon by doing what? Multiplying 8 times what? 16 times 8. There are 128 ounces in a gallon. So hopefully with that you can kind of see the whole gallon breakdown. So if I asked you 2 gallons is how many quarts, you would be able to tell me that it is, if 1 gallon is 4 quarts,
Eight.
how many, a half of a quart is how many pints? Here's a whole quart, half of a quart is,
2. 1.
no,
1
1 pint. Half of a quart is how many cups?
2.
Half a quart is how many ounces?
16.
A quarter of a gallon is how many pints?
2.
So this is a quart. A quart is a quarter of a gallon, and there's 2 pints. Somebody had a question out there? Now, lest you're confused with that, let's go back to the old faithful. In the metric system, guess what? What do we have? It's all based on tens. We have just pretty much 2 units. We have a milliliter. There are 1,000 milliliters in 1 liter. And that really is the only units of measurement that you need to know, per se. Give you a little idea, a milliliter, 1 milliliter, it's not very big. It's actually a cubic centimeter of water. And that's the beauty of it. Here you go. I'll show it to you right here. Now, that's a milliliter right there. So you could probably get a half a milliliter, I don't know. And then you put, you put 1,000 of them together, you get a liter. How big is a liter? Yeah, well, the big pop bottles are 2 liters, but you can buy half of those, and you can buy 1 liter bottles. I wonder what a 20 ounce water thing here. Is that a half a liter? Gotta give a metric system there. 16.9 ounces, but yeah, but I'll say how many. Yep, this is 500 milliliters, which means it's the same as half of a liter. This can is 1/2 of a liter. Usually abbreviate with the L there. 16.9 ounces, half of a liter. So put 2 of these together. It's hard to believe there's only 4 of these in a 2 liter thing of top, isn't there? Doesn't it seem like there should be more of these in a 2 liter bottle of top than just 4 of them? Whatever that is. What else did they ask us here? I don't really know anything else. I think that will call that a day.